And it's nice and blue sky, white clouds, and it means that it's blocking a lot of the sun, and so I'm going to take advantage of that because that helps me a ton, because I hate hot. I'm not a fan of hot. I just don't like it. Hot is disrespectful. Hey, what's up everybody? John here, Delighted Acres Farm. Excuse me. And I got some work to do today. If you are watching, I don't know, one of my most recent videos, then you know that I had some issues with my lawnmower, and I was sitting on it. I had been mowing, and I was sitting and just looking and see if where I had mowed, if everything looked good, and I had revved back and it was just at idle, and I was sitting there. It just died on me. It just died. And then I tried to turn it back. I tried to turn it back on and nothing. And so there's getting no fire somewhere. Well, I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not one of those guys that can just trace things on an engine, the wiring and all the stuff. And so I didn't know what I was going to do. So I thought, well, if I can get the mower pushed up on my trailer, then I can take it to the shop and they can take a look at it. Well, I couldn't even figure out how to get it to freewheel because it's a hydrostatic and there's levers on the bottom you're supposed to do something with, and well, it wasn't working for me. I thought, oh sure, now it's disengaged, I should be able to push it. Nothing. So I don't know what I was doing wrong, but I wasn't able to load it on the trailer or do anything like that. And so a couple days later, I had a friend of mine, the guy that rents our back acreage. It's only 4 acres, so it's not like it's huge, but he has some cows out there, and he's, you know, friend. He lives just more than a mile down the road, and so it's not a big deal. He's close by. He stopped. I asked him if he give me a hand looking at it, and he got out his testers and his ohm meter and all the stuff, and we traced out, I don't know how much of it, but everything we could see, and we really couldn't figure out what was going on. He took a look at the ignition switch, and there wasn't getting any fire to the entire thing. So I took it by the repair place and I said, is there any way y'all can test this? And they said, not without it being attached to the mower, because we don't know what everything is attached to. So that didn't work out, and it sat out here for 2 weeks. The lawnmower sat out here, and I didn't have any time to really mess with it. And so I asked my friend again if he would come over and help me get it loaded up. And we're like, well, let's take one more look at it. And we had in the process of trying to check things out, we had popped a fuse, and so I bought a new fuse and got it put in, and he was checking everything out. And then as we continued looking at it, we thought, well, it really looks like it's possibly the switch, the ignition switch. And so as we continued to look, I figured, why don't I just buy a new ignition switch and we'll start there, and if it is something else, we'll know it after we get the ignition switch. So I went, and oh, by the way, if anybody has ever taken apart an ignition switch, there's nothing to it to make you think, oh, this thing runs something, because it's just, there's nothing in it. So I don't know how it works, because I'm not a mechanic and I'm not an engineer or anything like that, but just eyeballing the whole thing, it looks like a little bit of nothing for what its intended purpose is. So anyway, I took it to the tractor place. I said, I need one of these, and the guy gave me one of those. It cost me $18, and I brought it back, I plugged it in, started right up. So y'all, I got my mower working, got it going, and that's what I'm about to get busy doing, because I have grass out here that hasn't been cut probably in a month. Some of it has, but some of it's been close to a month since it's been cut. And so that's my project today. And we've had rain during that time, and so some of the weeds and stuff are like up to my knees or whatnot. So some of it's going to have to be mowed over twice, once with the deck all the way up and once after I lower the deck. So it's going to take me a good amount of the day probably. Anyway, I just ran into town, got a couple of jugs, 10 gallons total of gasoline, and saw my brother and sister-in-law while I was in there. Got to talk to them for a couple minutes. Kelly's inside and she's doing some deep cleaning. Part of it's because it's necessary, and part of it is because it is therapeutic. She's been having some really difficult days with her job because they're doing there's a project that's going on, and she's working on part of the project for internet purposes and website purposes and stuff like that, and they're doing a changeover of something that I don't really understand. But there's like 40 people that are part of this project, and everybody has their part. Every department has their section and they're supposed to be responsible for, and everything has to change over, and it's a timeline, and it's oh my gosh. Kelly has put in late hours in the evening. She has worked on the weekends trying to get this thing prepared and done, and so there's an important changeover coming up and she's responsible for it. So she is deep cleaning the house to get some of that anxiety and energy out, and she's got some good praise and worship music going while she's doing it. So anyway, that's what she's doing. Bear's just hanging out, and I'm out here gonna get some stuff done. So it is currently, come on guys, 10:15, and I'll probably be busy most of the day. But like I said, we've had some rain, so it's a little cooler, although it's supposed to be like 99 today, so it's gonna get sultry here in a little while, so I need to get started. And I don't know where it's going with that. And what? I don't know. Oh, and it's going to be good that we did have rain, because whenever I'm mowing and I'm shooting into the south, to the south with the mower, I'm not going to have as much dry dirt and grass blowing in my face, because there's a little moisture to it, and so hopefully it won't have a ton just blowing back at me. So this is a perfect time to get started with that. Also, at some point, I need to put my rain gauge up. We haven't had a working rain gauge up in probably a couple years. Got one to put up. There's one in the garage somewhere, and I need to find it and I need to put it up, because I have no idea how much rain we've gotten in the last couple years. I know other people have posted how much they got, but I have no idea how much we got. So anyway, you guys, I gotta get busy. Thank you guys for tuning in. I don't know what this video is going to look like, but stay tuned. There might be some treasure that you get to see. Also, at this moment, when I'm starting to record this video, my sub count is 990. Guys, 10 away from 1,000, and it's all because y'all. Not that really means a whole lot, except that somebody's going to get some free stuff here coming up, not too long, because we're going to do a giveaway, and I'm going to do a video specifically about that. But I'm going to wait until we're over 1,000, so that whenever, you know, the inevitable that the numbers will go back down, I don't want it to go down below 1,000 and have already done a big fun thing, and then it hits 1,000 again. I want to make sure I'm above before I actually do the giveaway. But Kelly and I are working on some ideas, and like I said, I'll do a video. I'll let you guys know what that's going to look like and stuff. So anyway, I got to get busy. Okay, let's see. Let's get this thing going. Choke. Key. Got to get some gas. Like I said, I went to town and filled up two of my jugs, which are 10 gallons apiece. So, let's see. Whew. Some of the pressure out. Now, the only problem with doing gas, these things always make a mess, especially with the wind blowing, so gotta be real careful here. So when I was videoing the intro here, I kept getting notifications from a group of friends, text messages. Duncan Family Farm, and he works for the Baptist Children's Home here in Oklahoma, and they have a special event going on in early July 10th, I think. They're having like a Homesteaders Day at Baptist Children's Home, the girls' campus, and he was asking if any of us who are homesteady type channels are going to be there to be able to help out and answer questions and stuff. And some of the guys are going to be able to be there, which is awesome, and I'm not going to be able to, probably. We just got too much stuff going, but that's pretty awesome that they have a program where you got people donating their time to go to Baptist Children's Home, teach the girls about homesteading and growing and food and canning and preserving and stuff like that. And so at one point in my life, I was a house father at Baptist Children's Home on a different campus, and I worked with teenage girls and for 2 years, and then I worked in the maternity home with the pregnant girls, and then the aftercare program with girls that had their babies but didn't have a place to go or were not allowed to go back home and whatnot. So anyway, if y'all would pray for that day. It's July 10th, the Baptist Children's Home, the girls campus, and it should be a really fantastic day. I know that they had one, I think last year, and it went over really well. And so pray for those that are preparing to go and lead that and answer questions and stuff. And so anyway, got to mow. But first, I want to show you that. So this little 5-pin ignition switch, that was the problem. And so took this whole thing apart, and there's just two like flat discs in here. It's got 3 little springs down in there, and the 2 discs fit flat like this together, and whenever it spins, there's little connectors, just little pieces of metal, flat connectors that run to the pins, and they spin on each other like this, and they make connection. And I don't know whoever came up with something like that, but anyway, it quit working, and that's what I put right on there. Same key fits it, so it's not like it had to have another key or anything. And so anyway, but a little plastic piece like that with just a few prongs of metal, 18 bucks. So fix the problem. It's better than having to take it in and them searching all through it and charging me labor and all that stuff, and then also charging me the extra $18 on top of it. So yeah, anyway, now I gotta go mow. Well, so far so good. I got all the front yard. I got part of the side yard or middle yard or whatever that is. And the mower's doing really good. It didn't give me any problems. And so now I gotta go. All right, rusty. And so now I gotta go out back, and that's where the tall stuff is, and even over on the other side of the shop. And but I think first what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take you guys out here, out by the road, and show what the sky's looking like, because there may be a little rain coming, but either way, it looks really pretty. All right, well, I don't know how well you can tell here, but I mean, look how big and tall and grown up some of these weeds are, like the cowpen daisies and whatnot. I did mow a couple paths after I got this thing going the other day, but things are just grown up. You can see I mowed a path right there because we just needed it. It's easier to walk bare around the house. So anyway, all of this has just grown up. So anyway, this is my project. So I'm gonna get this taken care of and see how much time I got left, and at some point I think I am gonna try to get that rain gauge out. I don't think, at first I thought there was some rain that was going to be coming, but those clouds just kind of disappeared from the time that I said, let me show you, to the time that I showed you was about 30 seconds, and they kind of disappeared for the most part. And it's nice and blue sky, white clouds, and it means that it's blocking a lot of the sun, and so I'm going to take advantage of that, because that helps me a ton, because I hate hot. I'm not a fan of hot. I just don't like it. Hot is disrespectful. So I want to show you guys something. We were out here checking the chickens a few nights ago. I don't know, recently anyway. And we've got this. So hold on a second. And last year, I trimmed this tree, and the big branch is here, and I got started cleaning it up and stuff, and I started having some health problems during that time, and so I didn't get to it, and I have just let it go, and so it's just sitting out here. But like I said, the other night we were out here taking care of the chickens, and I looked over here, and Kelly looked over here. I saw some big leaves, and Kelly said, well, there's blossoms over there. And so if y'all can see those big leaves right there, and then there's some big leaves over there, and then there's some big leaves over there, if you can see it. It's hard for me to do this in the sunshine, but just so you guys see. And then this stretches out and it's growing that direction. And y'all, I think we have some volunteer pumpkins. I think we have some volunteer pumpkin, and so we're going to do the best we can to protect these. And I was very careful when I mowed over here because I didn't want to get up against it and mess them up. And so we're gonna keep a watch on them and let's see if they start producing any fruit or anything. Man, that's bright. Good night. Sorry guys. It is bright. There's just a lot of sunshine out here. Anyway, we're gonna keep an eye on it. Hopefully they start growing. And I think what happened was we actually gave the chickens 2 years in a row. We gave them old pumpkins after Thanksgiving, and last year we had volunteers started to grow up, or 2 years ago actually, they started to grow up before I got this addition added on, but that didn't go anywhere. It was just not the right environment for it. We tried planting some over here last year, and we had 4 plants, but grasshoppers. And problem is there's a lot of grasshoppers right now, but they have other things to eat, and so they're not necessarily going after these right now because there's other things. But hopefully these are pumpkin, and if so, then we think that because we gave pumpkins to the chickens and the chickens scratch them and throw the seeds and stuff out, and then the other birds come and grab those seeds, we think birds landed out here on these limbs that are still on the ground and pooped out those seeds, and that they have started to grow. So anyway, we're gonna keep our eye on them, see what happens with those. But that would be awesome. Plus, yeah, we had no intention of planting any, so it's just like a bonus. So anyway, there's a red wasp flying around in there. I hope they don't have a nest down in there, but if they do, oh well. Like I said, we'll keep you guys posted, and we'll stay on top of it. Now I still got a whole bunch left I gotta go mow, and so I'm gonna go ahead and get that done. Making some progress. It's looking a lot better. So plus, man, it's probably lunchtime. I'll probably have to get some food before I'm finished mowing. So anyway, you guys, thanks so much that you were watching and for being a part of Delighted Acres farm family. You really don't know what it means to have a channel that I never expected that anybody would really watch, and then to have almost 1,000 subs already. Well, already it's been, gosh, since 2020, but thank you guys that you watch it. So all right, so I went inside. I got some lunch, cooled off a little bit, and I forgot Kelly was going to a baby sprinkle. Y'all know what a baby sprinkle is? Leave down in the comment if you know what a baby sprinkle is, and because a lot of people don't. Anyway, spent some time with Bear after Kelly left, and he's now in his crate and he is barking, and that's just kind of, he just wants to be out here, but we can't let him out here, because if we let him out here, he'll run all over the place. He'll chase after things. He'll get out on the road, and we just can't have that. So anyway, Bear's inside. I'm gonna get back busy doing my mowing, and I made pretty good progress before lunch, and now I'm gonna try to get it all finished up. So okay, so I think it looks a lot better than it did this morning. All that stuff. Now, I did not go out and, like right there, I didn't pull anything out. I just mowed over, and so we're done. I have completed my task. So now I need to go inside, let Bear out of his crate, maybe bring him outside, let him go potty and stuff. And I need to hit shower. Even though we did have the rain, and I got a lot of it done before it got super dry. Y'all, it's almost 100 degrees today, and it dried out fast once the sun came out. And so I had all this stuff just blowing on me. Thankfully, I have my earphones on today, listening to podcast. And if I don't have something over my ear gets full of dirt and nasty. And so that's one reason why I wear headphones instead of earphones. Does that make sense? Okay, anyway, so I'm gonna head into the house. I'm going to do those things, take care of Bear, and get my shower and all the stuff, and be fresh and clean whenever Kelly gets home. Bear knows that I'm about to come in, so he's barking again. I don't know if you can hear him in the background, but he don't like being cooped up, but it's necessary. So anyway, you guys, like I said, if you know what a baby sprinkle is, put it down in the comments, and be looking. Coming up, I'm 10 away from 1,000, and I'll let you know what it's going to look like whenever we do a giveaway. Kelly and I are really thinking about it. So show of hands, would anybody be interested in one of the gifts being a handmade knitted item? I know it's just June and it's hot, but would anybody be interested in something like that? So there might be a photograph, there might be some merch, there might just be a gift card. I don't know yet, but if that's interesting to you, let me know. So anyway, you guys, thanks so much for watching again and again and again, and for being a part of the family. We love you guys. Hope you're having a great rest of your day. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your day, whatever day it is you're watching this, and I will see you on the next video. Bear, you ready to get out? Yeah, let me out. Let me out. And look, whenever he's in there, he licks on this so much that it is just nasty, because he licks at these and he gets those. He gets the locks undone. So we have to put a chain on there so he can't get out. So anyway, I'm going to take care of him. Thank you guys for watching.